Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where and when you're listening to this. This is Coffee with Kevin, and I am Kevin, and this is my coffee. Mm, 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 mm. It's good. I'm actually drinking my coffee a little different today. It's black, no cream. I decided I wanted to try it, maybe cut down a little bit on the cream. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I'm enjoying it. Choose yourself. Choose yourself. That's a great that's a great theme, I think. My coffee cup is to choose yourself. Again, it is November. It's November what 19th. Oh my goodness, November 19th already. This year has been flying by, hasn't it? November 19th. This is the date of the famous Gettysburg Address that President Lincoln gave. It also in 1997, the first Native American woman went up in space. I believe. Let me check her name. It was Kaplana. Kaplana. Oh, I got her here somewhere. There she is, Kaplana Chawa. I hope I pronounced it right. First Native American in space. That was wonderful. 2003, there was the arrest warrant for Michael Jackson. Incredible stuff. So that's today, the today in history. And it's not too much to say about today in history other than what we've already said. I groundbreaking stuff for Native Americans being up in space, groundbreaking stuff for what was going on in the Civil War with the Gettysburg Address. So maybe there can be some groundbreaking stuff today for you. Now, today, or this month, is still National Gratitude Month. So I just want to remind you, it's a time to think about gratitude. It's a time to think about what in your life you're grateful for, you're thankful for. And just spend a moment being thankful. Spend a moment, whether you believe in God or not, just, thankful for what you have. Thankful for what's happened to you. The good things, all the good things. And sometimes some of us realize the adversities in our life, they come out to be really good things, come out of them. So sometimes we're even thankful for the adversities in our lives. So that's really cool to really have this whole month of gratitude. But last week, we were talking about the important keys to a happy life. The important keys to a happy life. And we're going to continue talking about that today. Okay, the first three keys, all the keys, should I say, are first of all, cultivate gratitude. And we talked a lot about that last week, and we had been talking about that all month so far. The ability to cultivate gratitude, the ability to really look inside and say, okay, these things are happening for me. First of all, you wake up in the morning and you're on the right side of the dirt, as people used to say to me when I was younger. And I said, how you doing? And they say, well, I woke up on the right side of the dirt. So that's a good start. You woke up alive. You're alive. You're able to get out of bed. If you're able to go to work, you're able to go to work. You've got a job. You've got people that love you. You've got shelter over your head. All these things are things that a lot of people don't have. So start looking at what you have that maybe a lot of people don't have and be grateful for it. That's a start. Today, we're going to be looking at the second step in the key to happiness. I'm going to share my screen again. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. I had to figure out how to how to do this, and it's happening as we speak. Here we go. The share was giving me a little hard time. You should be able to see it now. Yeah. So the first one was cultivate gratitude. And I say cultivate a life of gratitude, cultivate a culture, a daily process of gratitude. And the second key is build meaningful connections. Build meaningful connections. Yeah, you want to build these meaningful connections and have them when you need them. Yeah, I'm going to show you the first one. Connection is energy that is created between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued. So I love this quote. Connection by Brené Brown. Connection is the energy. Connection's an energy that you feel when you feel seen, heard, and valued. Now, haven't you felt that way before? By the way, to feel that way is something to be grateful for. So this connection thing is a very important thing, and it's an energy that we can feel. It's an energy, of course, is a thing that actually gets us going. It can get us going. It can make us feel better. So that's my first quote, but I'm going to look at what's up here. Human connection is at the core of happiness. Relationships with my family, friends, and loved ones give life purpose and depth, creating a sense of belonging that we all need. And that absolutely is true. We need to have that sense of belonging. And when we have good, meaningful, deep connections, we feel that. We feel that. And when we don't, we feel lonely. We feel abandoned. We need to have a sense of belonging. Invest time in building authentic relationships and be fully present with the people you care about. Be fully present, meaning be there for them. When you're with them, pay attention to them. Don't be having your phone in your hand as you're with them all the time. You need to have some conversations. You need to actually be looking at them straight in the face and seeing how they're responding to what you're saying and catching on their feelings, and be supportive. You want support, you be supportive as well. Remember, it's the quality, not the quantity. You can have lots and lots of friends, but have very few that have meaningful relationships. Okay, now if you have lots of friends and you have no meaningful relationships, those friends are there for nothing. So it's the quality, not the quantity of these connections that matters. A single, deep, supportive friendship can bring more joy than 100 shallow acquaintances. A single, deep, supportive friendship can bring more joy than 100 shallow acquaintances. Yes, and this is the second key to happiness, but it's the core of happiness. Once you can feel, that you have people around you that care, that support you, that love you, that's the key. Now, they've done studies. I remember reading stories in Russian orphanages. They'd have children that they'd only feed. They wouldn't hold them. They wouldn't touch them. They only fed them, of course, changed them, kept them as healthy as possible. And the study showed that when these children grew up, they were dispassionate. Matter of fact, some actual sociopath, they didn't have the ability to feel emotions. They did not have good lives at all because they didn't get early connection. They didn't get early connections. And when it came to later connections in life, they didn't know how to make them. So make your connections and make them deep. Really, truly care about the people in your life, about your friends and your family, as much as you can. Sometimes there are people in our lives that we don't have a really good relationship with. If you don't want to, try healing them, try building the other relationships even deeper. And you'll get to a point where you'll want to heal those relationships. So yes, meaningful connections are the key to happiness. There's three. There's three things that key to happiness here. And cultivate gratitude. We talked about that last week. And if you weren't here last week and you want to cultivate gratitude, try this as an exercise. Take out a sheet of paper and write down 25 things you're grateful for in your life. Matter of fact, you should easily be able to write down 100. So if you want to challenge yourself, write down 50. Or look for 25 things you're grateful for in your life. It could have been certain teachers in your life that got you going. It could be your parents. It could be events that helped you, that really thrilled you. It could be the little thing as a garden outside. Don't stay to the big things. Write down 25 things you're grateful in your life and go through them and think about each one. Try to remember what it did for you. And that'll fill your time doing this with gratitude, and that'll actually start to help you bring gratitude on a more consistent basis into your life. The second one is build meaningful connections, and the last one is embrace personal growth, which is something I feel strongly about. We're going to get into that next week. So let's talk a little further. I'm going to stop sharing here. Let's talk a little further about connections. William James, known as the father of modern day psychology, says we are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface, but connected in the deep. I had to look at that a couple of times because when I talk about connections, when I talk about us, I said we're not an island. We're meant to be with others. So when I saw this quote, I said, whoa, wait a second here. This is we are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface. Now I know what he means. You and I are separate. We're separate beings. We've got our own bodies, our own minds, and everything else. We're separate on the surface, but connected in the deep. Now, islands, of course, they're connected through the ground, the earth that goes deep in the water and then connects to all the other islands and all the other surfaces. And that's what we are. Especially around the people we have good connections with, we have deep connections with. We may see ourselves as separate, but we are connected. Let me tell you a little bit about connections. The Hawaiians, maybe I'll say it correctly, the ancient Hawaiians, believe that every time we come into contact with anybody else, we build an energy connection. When they call it an aka cord, AKA, right? And we connect to them, and we don't disconnect from them. We're always connected from them unless we want to disconnect. And that's a whole nother talk. But the fact is, we talk to someone, we see someone, and they walk away, and we're still connected to them energetically in some way, shape, or form. And what we pick up from them and what we give to them in that moment we're talking is what's in that connection. So try to make all your connections as brief as can be. Good ones. You see a stranger in the street, smile at them. You see someone down, try to bring them up. You have your really good connections you have already. Make them even deeper. Support them as much as you can. I love this saying this quote. And our last quote for today is, the most important things in life are the connections you make with others, by Tom Ford. And I believe it is true. The people who really, really feel successful have a lot of connections with others. Now, they may not be successful in the way we think. They may not have millions of dollars, but they feel successful in that they have people around them that care, and they care about them as well. People can be wealthy in their connections. People can be wealthy in their connections, meaning they have a lot of really good, deep connections. They actually listen to the people that they talk to. They help the people. They support the people. They connect at a deeper level. That's someone who's really rich, who's really wealthy, is someone who has that. All right. Let's see. Oh, I see your name now. Names are coming up again. Brenda, good morning. Good morning to you. It's wonderful. I'm surprised we didn't have anyone else, but I'm sure people are going to be listening to this afterwards, and I hope you like it. And if you do like this, if you find it valuable, please share, please comment on this. All right, all. This has been a wonderful short time with you this morning. And I want to wish you the best day, the best week. But I know you don't have to have luck for it. I know it's in your hands. And you should know by now it's in your hands to make it a good day, to make it a great week. All right, all. Take care. Bye.